Hello and welcome to a Pair of Dice Lost podcasting channel. My name is Brendan, my pronouns are he, him, and I'll be your storyteller for this game about living gods on the wrong side of the law. Joining me for this game is...
Hey there guys, my name is Tyler. Pronouns are he, him. I'm going to be playing Ricky, the fire-aspected street exorcist.
Hi everybody, my name's Christina. I will be playing Ellion. My pronouns are she, her, and Ellion's pronouns are they, them. They are a water-aspected investigator.
Hi everyone, my name's Cody. Pronouns are he, they, and I play Amalar Divine, the air-aspected shady businessman.
Hi, my name is Britt, and my pronouns are she and her. I play a wood aspect named Rush Fairus, who has a ferret familiar named Zeke. Together, they specialize in archery, larceny, and dance.
Hi, I'm Michaela, she, her, and I'll be playing Tirali of House Regara, an Earth-aspected leader of a small military force known as the Tyrants, who cooks the books for the gang.
And this is Exalted, like a dragon-blooded, the Atonement prison break. Alright, so as the battle concludes in the prison yard, we swing back over to the medical wing, where the thin space between the Shadowlands and creation has been broken, and currently no one can regen essence. At the top of initiative for this combat, with the Abyssal Sorcerer, two undead boys, and a skeleton with needles for hands. Resh Fairus is at the top of initiative with 18 fucking initiative. Fairus, what would you like to do?
So, we were, dropped in the Shadowland, or did, the room we were in become the Shadowland?
The room that you are in now has the properties of a Shadowland, which means that living beings do not regenerate essence while this is here.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna keep on going for the one dude I attacked / took all his initiative away.
I believe that was the one zombie. I assume that you're going to make a decisive attack since you're at 18 initiative.
Yes. So I'm going to use unobstructed hunter's aim to get extra dice for my archery roll. I'm going to spend 3 motes to get 3 extra dice.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do? I will let you know that this guy's evasion is a 4.
Can I also add on Death from Nowhere for 4 motes and
Death from Nowhere.
Oh wait, that's for withering, never mind.
Yep, that's a withering only.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna do the unobstructed hunter's aim for 3 motes and my archery and dex, which is a total of 13 dice.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Go ahead and roll that. You have to hit 4 dice, or 4 successes.
Okay, so after does the scene, the area change? Does it look darker or anything like that?
Yes, the area looks darker. You as a dragon-blooded who are intrinsically linked to the elemental poles of creation feel for a moment, and this goes for the other 2 of you, but you guys feel like your link to the elemental poles has been weirdly severed. This is not a feeling that you have ever felt before, unless, of course, you've ever hung out in a Shadowland before, which you can choose whether or not that you've done that before. But if you have, it definitely feels weird and wrong. So you guys know that something is up. The best way that I could describe it is as if that you had as if you are literally having like some kind of supernatural encounter, like the temperature has suddenly dropped, your breath is misting despite the season being a little hotter than normal, despite the exertions of your like of literally being in combat.
Okay, so when the feel of everything kind of shifts, I want to take a deep breath, shake off the feeling, try to refocus back on my target, pull my bow up and aim, draw back, and as I aim, I will take a deep breath and release it as I let loose the arrow.
Okay. Yeah, I will absolutely give you an extra 2 dice on that.
Excellent.
You hit. Go ahead and roll me 18 dice, Britt. So that would be 7 damage. I know because the dice roller automatically doubles 10s. 7 lethal. Let's see. Well, Britt, how do you want to take this guy out?
So after I let loose the arrow, aiming it straight for, I guess, whatever heart or face, maybe his face, brain area, I want the arrow to kind of, in some of the movie scenes where they'll like shoot an arrow or gun and then like it feels like it's going in slow motion, only to speed up right at impact and hit him right in the middle of the eyes.
With deft accuracy, Ferris draws the bow back, shoots, and the arrow goes right through the eyelid, the arrowhead of it coming right out the back of the skull, but stopping there, as that this person just kind of stares at you wide-eyed, and then like, you've shot people before. You've seen them fall in combat. You're too good of an archer not to have seen people go down. Normally they fall backwards from just the force of it. In this case, this thing held itself aloft long enough that it then just crumpled. There was something unnatural about it. With that, your initiative now resets to 3. This guy is taken off of the initiative chart. And then it is Ellion's turn. She took out Rodin Brackham, the guy who looks like the lead singer of Sabaton.
But Skelly's still alive.
Yes, the skeleton is still alive, as well as the Abyssal and the other zombie.
What? I didn't know at all that he was an Abyssal.
It was very obvious when he started bleeding and everything.
Yeah, I know. I think I was attacking Skelly Boy, if I remember correctly.
I believe that you were, because you know what that thing actually doing an attack and hitting someone on it will cause problems.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be probably a little bit boring this round and assume my form. Because I haven't been able to get anything good enough for that, and I actually don't even remember what my initiative is.
Your initiative is currently a 14. I thought that you had already assumed your form.
I had not yet, no. I hadn't met the requirements to automatically assume it.
Okay.
Oh, did you still want me to describe what my burning animal looks like?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay, so, what triggered the burning anima was Ellion going into their stance, their martial arts stance. So they close their eyes and just kind of do this pose with their hands close to their face, almost as if they're meditating for a moment. The eyes that start to slowly appear, the water drips out of it like normal, starts to flare up. And then there's this slow echo of crying that just, it's an eerie sound that just kind of wraps you in it. As the essence is burnt and they enter burning, you hear that crying and weeping turn more into what sounds like a torrential downpour that echoes around you. And the eyes, there starts to accumulate, and the dripping tears and the water flowing out start to take form as water whips that slink around on the ground and in the air. And as their eyes open, there's a lightning that crackles, and there's a sound of thunder that just breaks into the room. And there is that electricity begins to crackle around their hands as they move forward into their stance.
Also, fucking metal.
That was pretty fucking amazing.
Well, when they're at Iconic or Bonfire, it's a kraken. It's an electrical kraken. Electrical water kraken.
That's
Hasn't
pretty
happened.
awesome. Yes, you were at a 14. Next, so you're going to use your turn to assume your form, okay?
Yeah, and I'm going to use it out of my peripheral, which is, I think that's 8 points if I remember correctly. I had to look at my sheet. So that's going to make me flare up.
Okay. Sounds good. Next up is... this guy was actually going to try to go after Michaela. So he is, last turn he had used Flying Time Technique, which treats his initiative as 3 points higher than it is for turn order, which doesn't actually change around where that he is, like, in actual turn order. And he is going to use his movement to go after Michaela, and is going to go to do an attack on you.
Poor choice, really.
Listen, he's gonna make choices. I can't guarantee that they're all gonna be good. So he is going to be attacking you with a dice pool of 7 with 2 automatic successes added on it, because he's using Flying Time Technique that allows him to add 2 successes to attack a character who hasn't gone yet this round. Tirali, is there anything that you'd like to do as this guy comes like shambling, but shambling like a Dawn of the Dead remake 28 Days Later zombie, like running at you more like, and is going to try and like leap on you and try to like savage you. He's not going to be doing any he's still doing a withering attack, but he's not doing he's basically trying to like get you on the defensive so that he can actually like get a killing blow in.
I'm just perusing my options really fast.
That's fair. Remember, you always have the option to stunt your defense.
All right, so my stunt's really going to be more intimidation than anything. I'm actually not going to really try to do too much to dodge. I'm not a very dodgy character. I'm just gonna kind of like...
You could also parry. Parry is also a defense. Like, a parry could be like, just, you see the hands coming and you just like take your big arm muscles and just like smash them away. Like,
alrighty, so with my reflexive become the hammer natural martial artist ability, I see his cute wannabe attempt to attack me. It's adorable. So I kind of like look towards him. You can kind of see she relaxes into her muscles, kind of getting ready to take on whatever's about to happen. Completely unfazed, has a little smirk. She's ready for him to like fuck around and find out. She's waiting for this. She's excited for it. And will, with Become the Hammer, parry off whatever he's going to do. Just kind of smack his hand out of the way as he tries to jump on her, completely unfazed.
Okay, how much is Become the Hammer giving you for parry?
So
you can spend 1 mote to add bonus dice, or 2 motes to add
parry.
Yeah,
which is what you're doing
parry.
right now.
Yeah. By 2 motes per point, so I guess it's however many points are allowed by her parry, which is her martial arts and dexterity, right?
No, her martial
Or
arts.
just martial arts.
Yeah.
So that's
We're not playing Solars.
fair.
So if her martial arts is a 5, which I assume that it is,
But of course.
She can add 2 to her parry. If she had a specialty of some kind that could be applied for this through either martial arts or brawl, or some kind of specialty from either of those, she could get it up to a theoretical 6 or a theoretical 3.
I do have battlefield awareness as a specialty.
Is that in your martial arts or brawl?
No, it's an awareness.
Right, so then it does not apply to this.
Darn.
So then you would be spending 4 motes to get 2 extra on parry, if you want it.
Correct.
Like I said, he has 2 auto successes, and he's rolling 7 dice. I'm going to take a wild guess and assume that your parry is a 5. I'm going to just take a wild guess here because I know that Cody probably helped build you. I want to say your dexterity is probably a 5 and your martial arts is a 5.
Correct.
So then your parry is a 5.
Perfect.
If you use that at so I'm going to let you know. For the description, I'm going to give you a 1-dot stunt, which is going to up your evasion, or not your evasion, your parry by 1. Which means that no matter what, you're at a 6. You can spend 2 motes, put yourself at a 7, or 4 motes and put yourself at an 8. Like I said, he's rolling 7 dice, but has 2 auto successes. How much would you like to spend?
I'll just spend the... Was 1 an option to get me up to 7? I spend 2 to get 1. There we go.
Okay, so then you're going to spend 2. You, with the stunt and your base parry, you are bumping yourself up to a 7. He has 2 auto successes, so he's looking to get 5 successes to hit you. He only got a total of 5, which does not meet your parry of 7. So he comes in and absolutely fucking whiffs it. Since he whiffed it, his initiative goes down by 1, bringing him down to 5, and it is now Hanafusa, the doctor's turn. The doctor is going to look over at Muscle Chick, his lost zombie, and the girl who shot him dead in one go, and the person who is crackling with literal energy, and just go, "Oh dear me, this is no place for a surgeon to be. You'll have to excuse me." And he's going to spend 10 motes, and his deep black anima is going to immediately hit Bonfire. There is a massive skeleton behind him that has, like, armbands worth of surgical tools that is breathing heavily as if it was shot in the lungs. And you can see, like, his anima coalescing around him in, like, a protective form as that is his turn. I will make note that he has something that is similar to the Twilight cast on there, just in case anyone was curious about what he's doing.
Noted.
So after that being his turn, Tirali at 3. What would you like to do?
So just to clarify, because I was having to tweak my sheet a little bit, I know Mr. Sursword Dude kind of did his little flare up. What happened to the initial person who was attacking at me when he fumbled it? Where did he go?
He went down to 5. That is Gundhorn. He is right in front of you, but he's, like, fumbled.
Cute.
Also, I realized that I fucked up your name. So, my suggestion to you, Michaela, would be that Tirali doesn't have a whole lot of initiative to do a whole lot of damage right now. You should probably get some initiative.
All right. I think I have it worked out. Tell me what you think. So Tirali, seeing what's going on in the background and knowing that he's the one who's been trying to keep us in the Shadowlands, and knowing that we need our regen, like, she's got battlefield awareness, she's very aware that there's been a change in the environment. especially with her history with anathema. She knows it's a little shady. She is going to kind of shift focus to him after seeing him summon his little skeleton with surgery tools in the background.
For clarification, it's his anima bonfire that's going.
Yes, that.
I just wanted to clarify that, just so you knew that it wasn't him like, aha, I'm now summoning more enemies.
But she sees his flash, definitely more intrigued by going after him. Since she has a fumbled guy in front of her who's just kind of useless at this point, I'm going to, if possible, combo my Tornado Whirlwind kick for 5 motes with my Champion's Hook for 3, spending 8 like I've done before, and kind of use the fumbled guy in front of me as a springboard to get to the sorcerer behind him that's causing all this. And like Brazilian martial arts spin kick over top of him and try to land a roundhouse kick onto the sorcerer, and as the body pivots around, punch him in the face to see what effect that has on him.
Okay, so the Champion's Hook is withering only, which means that I'm going to assume that the Tornado Whirlwind kick is the withering type.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask this. Are you attacking the skeleton in front of you? Or are you attacking the, like, basically just using him as, like, set dressing to, like, spring forward and, like, withering attack the doctor?
It's insult to injury for his fumble. I'm using him as set dressing and just find him adorable at this point and not a threat.
Okay. I just wanted to be clear about that because it was a little bit unclear, since, like, you could say it the other way and be like, I'm going to use him to reap initiative and, like, Tornado Whirlwind kick him as well, and then be in close proximity to the doctor and ready to fuck him up on the next round. But since you're going after the doctor with everything, what are you going to be rolling for that? Because I will let you know that he has an evasion of 3. Or no, I'm sorry, he has an evasion of 4. He can maybe kind of dodge. He's definitely a smarter boy than he is anything else.
And my goal is to beat the smarts out of him. Let me do math. Okay, so my dice pool for attack is 10, plus I can spend motes with Become the Hammer to add an additional 2, plus re-rolling 6s.
Okay, and then with that description, I'm absolutely giving you a 2-dot stunt, so an extra 2 dice and an auto success. Like, you kind of rocked that stunt there. So you're going to be rolling 12? Is that what I'm hearing? And you have an auto success? Or no, you're going to be rolling 14 and you have an auto success.
Yes.
Okay.
And she rerolls 1s and 6s.
Question. Ellion stayed at short range from. I know that Fairus has, but has Ellion stayed at short range from just about everyone? I don't believe you've actually engaged anyone in close combat, right?
I think I'm currently at short range, yeah. But now that my stuff is activated, I can do medium range. Or are you just asking for relevancy of people getting hurt by my...
I'm asking for relevancy of people getting hurt.
Yeah, I've stayed at short range, pretty much.
The anima only affects non-dragon-blooded characters.
Which would be the skeleton person.
There's
the closest I'm to.
There's another thing that this guy has that
Gotcha.
would affect other people within close range.
Wait.
Yeah, I have not gotten to close range of anybody just yet. I'm pretty sure. Because the only one that I've engaged with is Skelly Bro.
So he is going to use Read in the Wind, costing him 2 initiative to raise his evasion by 1. Twice.
Oh man, Read in the Wind, so useful.
So he is going to bring himself down to 1 initiative. Okay. And he is also going to spend a mote to enact drifting leaf illusion, which means that if you meet his evasion, you still don't hit him. So his evasion is pumped up to a 6. And you have to hit a 7 to actually hit him.
And this is for dead dude, right? Or the abyssal?
This is for the abyssal. So if you would like to roll me that, like I said, you have 2 extra dice from the stunt and an auto success plus your other dice you were rolling anyway. Wait, no.
I get to reroll ones.
Also, you had an auto success.
But let's go ahead and beef it up a little extra too.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you reroll
Fingers
up
crossed.
to 5 ones. Up to 5. Up to your strength and ones. So you can reroll all 3 of those ones.
We're still at 7 though, so we're still good.
At 7. Okay, so you hit with a threshold of 1. The tornado whirlwind attack. Are you moving them? No, because your tornado whirlwind moved you. Okay.
Correct.
You got 1 threshold success. And up to your strength threshold successes on a withering attack become post-soak dice. So what is your damage?
5 successes. What does that get me? Also, do I get to double 10s?
Yes, on withering you do.
Okay, so 5 successes then.
So he had moved himself purposely down to 1 initiative, which was a bad call on his part. He is now at -4 initiative, which means that Tirali gets 5 initiative points, putting her at 8, gets 1 for landing the attack, and 5 for crashing him, putting Tirali back up at the top of initiative at 14, which is horrifying.
'Tis lovely.
Just so crazy how quickly that things can just get way out of hand. They just stand there, like, concentrating, like, clearly beat up, but, like, they're holding their hands, like, as, like, clearly concentrating on everything.
Hey, Brendan, real quick. Michaela's thinking about using muscle shift.
Okay. Muscle shift.
Reading it's a little confusing for me to explain to her what it does.
Let's see. So, can only be activated after a successful withering attack, allowing you to launch into an immediate reflexive decisive attack that adds wits as bonus dice to hit, uses the initiative reaped from the withering attack and ignores hardness. And since you're a terrestrial, you can only use this on a crashed opponent, but you may activate this charm the instant the opponent is crashed if you wish. So what this basically means is that you can do an immediate decisive strike against this guy for the initiative that you just got from him, which is to say you can make a decisive strike for 11 if you hit him. And you may reflexively add your wits as bonus dice to hit, plus anything else. You're just not allowed to, like, supplement it with anything that doesn't come from your martial art. Does that make sense?
Between me and Cody, probably.
Okay, so basically, you're not allowed to use an excellency on it because you're basically getting the equivalent of an excellency in bonus dice from that wits thing.
Right, but she can use Kaiser Beat Drive.
Which is what I was looking at. Or light speed Kaiser Assault.
Kaiser beat
I
them?
do.
Fuck.
Right? So she rolls it 5 times and takes the highest of it.
Okay. Yeah, so he doesn't have any extra stuff to spend, and he's already been hit once. So his evasion is...
I must break you.
Did you want to describe this for some bonus bullshit?
So seeing, like a wounded animal, his intents need to stay focused. Training acts on instinct. Her muscle shifts, falls into her relaxed form of I'm about to beat you and open a can of whoop ass, which is their natural state of being. And she goes to unleash a fury of her Kaiser beat drives now that he has crashed to just beat him into the ground, really add insult to injury, and take her prey down.
When that Tirali, being a martial artist of some renown, clearly, as most martial artists do, usually they have like a kia that they yell out or whatever. Would you like to tell us, the fans of this martial art, what your like yell is every time that you punch?
She can't keep a straight face while going "Buddha, Buddha, 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 Buddha."
Especially with my lungs.
That's fair. You can just tell me what it is and then I'll repeat it. Are you doing the Muda?
I will enact the Jojo Muda.
Okay.
She's changing it to Baka.
Baka. Okay.
Baka, 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 Baka.
You fool for trying to take me on.
You just start kicking and punching, just going Baka, 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 and just destroying this man.
Ending his whole career.
Ending this man's whole career. Since you're leaning so far into it, Michaela, I will give you that 3-dot stunt. So that's 2 extra dice, a temporary willpower point, and an auto success. Roll it. You just have to roll 3. That's all you need. Oh wait, no, but you have to roll like multiple attacks, don't you?
Yes, I do, and I get to take the highest.
Fuck. Okay, I guess you roll 5 decisive attacks. Go for it.
15 5 times. Wait.
Oh.
Your bonus dice. So 17.
Let's restart that real quick.
I wouldn't worry about it for those first 2 because you do hit on them, so... And threshold successes don't matter for decisive. Unless they do from your thing.
Every one of those that hits adds an additional damage to the one that she takes that's the highest.
Okay, but it doesn't... her having threshold successes doesn't add damage, right?
Right. It's just as long... So 11 is her highest one, right?
Yes.
And would she have to roll to get a successful attack? Just 3?
3? Yeah, 3. Michaela, Tirali, how do you want to deal with this fucker? Are you going to just knock him out, or are you going to murder him? You have brought him down to incap. It is your choice.
I told him I was going to break him, and I am a woman of my words.
I mean, are you going to break him like Bane thought that he broke the bat, or are you going to break him?
My flurry of blows is going to unleash nauseatingly sounds of crunching bone and just limbs laying in ungodly directions that they should not, just looking floppy. He looks like a sad stuffed doll that's been played with for too many years at this point. He is broken, he is bloody, he is sad, and in her best Batman voice, while pummeling him, she turns back to the rest behind her and she's like, "You want some of this?"
But you have not answered my question. Is he dead?
I feel like...
But did he die, though?
I feel like that would be a fairly detrimental amount of damage to take. I feel like surviving that would be low likelihood. I'm more of a fighter. I don't really check his pulse, but I feel like realistically, with every bit of you broken and shattered into shambles, you're probably not living.
Okay, so then you are absolutely not checking. You are breaking him and trusting in your own martial artist prowess that he is not dead, or that he is dead. I will let you know that this man is an abyssal and is technically dead from the start anyway.
Given my innate battlefield awareness and war mongering feats and long history with dead things, I feel like I'm able to conclude successfully that he is no longer of the same essence that he was. He's been turned into a new element of slush.
Okay. I basically wanted confirmation that is he dead or isn't he? Because Exalted do have especially Exalted of the Celestial, a la Solar Abyssal type, do have a proclivity to come back from some bullshit.
I mean, if somebody's able to super glue a slushy into a solid form, then maybe they could, but I don't see that happening.
Okay. You beat this man down. His bones are mush. He is barely a living thing, if he ever was alive to begin with. And the moment that this happens, he goes down. And as soon as he goes down, the zombies and the bone cider that are here immediately just crumple. As if there was a necromancer here keeping them up, and you've seen through my clever necromancer puzzle.
Yeah, that's totally what it was all along. I didn't just want to beat something up.
I mean, you could have picked one of the zombies.
I like the challenge. He looked shiny. It got my attention.
So, with that out of the way, there are groups of you who have kind of reformed, or the prison yard is more aligned with Ricky and Jaded Mike and Divine there, who are kind of working with the people. There is a group of a lot of rowdy prisoners that would have normally, that are not taking kindly to the two of you potentially giving any kind of orders. But at some point...
Hey, we aren't here for orders. Y'all do y'all's thing. We're just here to break it down.
The combat on the top side concludes. And Tirali, as well as Ellion and Fairus, walk out fairly well off in combat, or, well, successful in combat. And about half of the people who looked like they might have tried to start a fight with the two of you immediately turn and look to Tirali and give a salute to her. With combat currently concluded, and blood apes and monks and zombies and other things dispatched.
Oh my.
And the group back together, but still missing a key part of what they came here for. What's y'all's plan from here?
Ricky, not waiting for a group consensus, is going to start moving towards the anathema wing, because that's his boy.
Ellion's going to do their best to kind of give a little bit of distance so people aren't getting water whipped and basically electrocuted from their anima.
Divine's going to attempt to sneak into the anathema wing from the direction that he knows, because he's pretty sure June hasn't told the boys that we're square yet. So I don't want to get caught in that battle group.
That is a totally fair assessment. In that case, Divine, if you could roll me a dex and stealth roll, just to see if anyone notices you.
Dope. Now's a good time to note my specialty in stealth is avoidance.
Okay, I would absolutely give you that extra dice for that.
I think there's some still ill effects at burning, but I could be misremembering.
Yeah, there are totally effects. I've got it pulled up.
At burning, stealth becomes impossible. It's bonfire and iconic where that, I believe, other thing. Yes, at bonfire, that's when the anima flux things start happening.
Yeah.
Ah, my mistake.
But stealth still becomes impossible.
I mean, they're still going to keep their distance from people because, yeah, they're noticeable.
I would absolutely say for the sake of like cinematic stuff that as as that Ellion is going through the prison, however which way that they decide to go, if any random guard mooks were to get in the way, I would absolutely just allow you to just kind of like push them away with like your anima where it is right now, like kind of like as like a force of will kind of thing. I think that would be thematically appropriate because the anima flux is literally like it's now uncontrolled and hitting scenery.
Yeah, and they're at I think 16. And I think there's also something with my martial art that does some weird stuff, but I don't know where it is currently. If people get too close to me when I'm in form and have something else. But regardless, moving on.
Yeah, so I can't stealth because I'm in bonfire, so I guess I'm just gonna walk with the group. I forgot I was in bonfire.
Okay.
You and I are just these beacons of elemental bullshit.
Samesies, though.
3 out of 5 of us are bonfiring.
I am burning. I'm not quite bonfire yet.
I think the only reason that Ricky isn't is because he literally breathed fire and had to eat part of his anima for that.
In the fun.
So, I take it then that everyone is going towards the anathema wing in some way, shape, or form?
Oh, and Fairus is glowing. So yeah, we're all just kind of beacons of bullshit right now.
I just got done fighting illegally extinct Cuban pirate. I certainly am probably at least glowing. I don't remember exactly where I was from last time, but
I want to say that I want to say that you're glowing because you had to get up to glowing first, and then like eat your anima to breathe out the fire.
Yeah, that was at the very beginning of the combat.
Right. Despite it taking us a couple weeks, the combat actually did not last that long. Also, if you spend it, if you were to spend, just to clarify, if you were to spend, say, 15 peripheral all at once, you would still only go up 1 level. But if you were to spend 5 and then 5 and then 5, that would be you going up like from dim to glowing to burning to bonfire.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm not bonfire right now is because I did it in small chunks, and then I did 2 big chunks that were 5 or more.
Yeah, I use minimum 4 per turn in combat, so...
So, you all are heading towards the anathema wing as a group. Nobody is going to nobody is dumb enough to get into the way of a full circle of dragon-blooded. Any kind of mook that would get in your way is going to get out of your way and go focus on other things, like Corral's boys, or maybe like being very bad at taking down Tirali's tyrants. It's very much you guys kind of have the run of this place. Any of the bigger guys who might have tried to stop you, they're down for the count at the moment. So you all head from Gen Pop over to the anathema wing. We've already kind of described it as being kind of like a solitary confinement or like punishment ward kind of thing. And as you guys approach and the doors, you can see like a guard who has been kind of like punched for lack of a better word. Someone has come through and just kind of like decked him, and he is passed out. And he has very clearly on the side of his hip has a set of keys.
Oh, good to see. Somebody's fight or flight instincts kicked in.
Fight or flight. Yeah, where did Jaded Mike go, by the way? Is he just out fighting goons?
He's out fighting goons. Thank you for reminding me that he exists. I will make sure that he gets on that he joins the criminal family. He seemed like a pretty cool guy. So, the anathema wing. The foreboding anathema wing. What do you all do?
Divine's gonna shout out, "Hey, I didn't get your name last time. You still here? You run away yet?"
Oh, is that? You hear like this kind of like confused sounding voice. Oh, is that the new guy? Are you still in here, bud? Can you answer when they're gonna bring us our food? We're getting a little hungry in here.
Hey, old blood, have you tried opening your door? I'm gonna walk towards where his voice is coming from.
I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, we tried. I tried getting out of here a while ago. maybe a month, I think.
I am going to attempt to open his door when I get to where I believe his voice is coming from.
You're gonna just go up and open up his door?
Yeah.
And Brendan, we are in agreement that the martial artists are kind of always in form while we're in here.
Yes, I am going to let you guys stay in form for the rest of this adventure, because forms cost a lot, and I know that I made you guys go through a pretty rough combat there, so...
Fight or flight is always on when you're in prison.
Yes, fight or flight is always on when you're in prison. You go up to the door that was right across from yours. You open it up, Divine. I assume with the set of keys that you found.
Yeah.
Okay. None of them work.
Huh.
Sorry, did I miss the description of what the door and the lock look like?
Yes, you did, because I did not describe a door and a lock, because there is no door and lock. Well, there is a door, but there's no lock and there's no handle.
Oh.
So basically, you walked into the hallway that is the anathema wing. It is basically just a hallway with doors, with small cells that you're now very familiar with, that go left and then right, but they're lined up in such a way that you will never be able to see the person across from you. And this is about 10 doors on either side, and then at the very far end of the door, or at the very far end of the hallway, is one massive door that appears to have about 4 or 5 locks on it, and a heavy safe opening like a safe wheel. I realized that I probably should have described that first, but you seemed very intent on getting to that guy.
Yeah. My boy.
Yes, your boy, where
I don't know if you've noticed, Ricky, but it's kind of hard to tell where people go once they come in. We know Manami's in here somewhere. He told me that much, but he don't know where in here he is.
At that, while Divine's trying to open the door, he's just going to nod, turn around, rear back, and yell, "Manami! Hey!"
You hear weakly from the far end of the hallway, "Oh, fucking hell, is that fucking Ricky? Are you goddamn kidding me? I can't even escape you. I can't even get a fucking bit of
Who
peace
the
and
fuck
quiet."
is gonna give me free food, you jackass? You're the only one. No one else will give me free shit. Get the fuck up. Where are you?
I'm all the way at the end. Also, how many falafel stands have you not tried to vandalize by this point? They know you by the growl of your stomach coming down.
You know, it doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi, you know? There's something about the spice you put into my food.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm over here on the far end with the shackles that are uncomfortably tight.
I'm gonna go and do that, interrupting Cody soon.
You go down to the far end. Manami is in a very similar situation where there is a door, but there is no handle. There is no obvious lock, but you can see through the bars, and you can see that Manami he doesn't look any goddamn different than he did before, except for his hands are a little bit swollen because he's got the arm shackles that Divine had on before. And it's very obvious that these things have been tightened to an uncomfortable degree. And he's just kind of laying down there, and he just kind of waves to you and is just "Hey, nice to see you, bud." And then Cody.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what the lore roll on how things are built is.
I mean, it's going to be intelligence lore if you have a specialty in architecture. Or it would be intelligence craft. I'm not 100% sure. However, you did say that you went up to go and see through the dude who was talking to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the description of this character is that he is a rotund, dark-skinned man with a pulled back dreads. He has spectacles on his face, and his feet and hands are bound together using the like how that you had like two of the things. He has one that has four things on him, so he's just kind of like splayed out forward, and it's just like does not look like he's in a very comfortable position. Oh, and he kind of like struggles to pick his head up to look at you. Oh, nice to put a face to a name. Oh, face to a voice, I guess.
Yeah, it's good to see you. You got any idea how these doors open?
How the doors open? Well, I'd imagine on their hinges.
Yeah. Looking at the hinges, Brendan, what do the hinges look like? What type of hinges are these? Explain the engineering of this door to me, Brendan. Are there hinges?
I feel like Brendan just flipped a table off mic.
So, have you ever watched Star Trek?
No, they slide.
No.
open?
Yeah, they basically slide into, like, there is no obvious way in which these things could open outwards or inwards. Out of character, I'm going to let you know that they slide into the walls. They, like, recess like that. But in character, like, why would you think that?
So pocket doors.
So what if I wanted to roll a lore roll to introduce the fact that the trace magnetic elements inside the door can be repulsed by a sufficiently strong lightning attack?
So, considering that these doors are designed to hold anathema, I'm going to say that that is probably going to be a no from me, dog.
Dang it.
There would be obvious charms and stuff that would be able to open things like this up. Or finding some kind of switch in the area that might control it, but basically these doors are designed to be able to take like a couple good hits from a fully powered up anathema.
Gotcha.
Because remember, the bindings don't stop you from doing your charm. They just get more strict on you the more that you do shit.
Yeah.
So you said they kind of like slide back into the wall. So if you stuck something into the door, in theory, you could pull them back into the wall.
Yes, you could. You know what? I just figured the best way to explain them. They're like elevator doors.
Yeah. All right, so we gotta find whatever activates these doors to get them open. But I told you we were gonna get you out of here, so we'll be right back. Obviously, the open all the doors button didn't open all the doors. So, yeah, we gotta find the open the rest of the doors button.
Brendan, may I try something real quick?
Of course.
I am being held off and imprisoned from entering the room ahead of me that's holding my Nami. Can I try Broken but Unbowed on that door? The charm does specify that magic items require a difficulty 3 test, but I'm happy to make that test.
I'm going to say that since these doors, in their own way, this system of keeping the anathema imprisoned is technically an artifact. I'm going to say that it is going to be a difficulty 4 test to get through them, and you will not be breaking it. You'll just be able to kind of open it up for a moment.
Hell, strength and athletics.
Yes, it is strength and athletics to do that.
Okay. So it wouldn't be breaking it. It'd be like prying the door open.
Yes, it would be basically like prying the door open, because specifically the thing says that artifacts will never fail in this way, but the difficulty to pick locks or break bindings is lowered. So basically, you can't break the artifact, but you can get it wide enough open for someone to slip through.
Okay. In that case, I'd like to try to I'm gonna look at the door from the ground floor and up top and on the sides and look at how level it is and try to find a spot in the door that is the weakest and jam the end of my staff in there and try to just haul back and crack it open so I can make some space to open it enough for him to slip out.
Okay. Like I said, that's going to be a difficulty 4, and more successes means better things. Also, with you describing it, I will absolutely give you those extra 2 dice. All right. At 6 successes, you are able to pry that door open using your literally God-given powers to break open the bindings that are keeping you from your friend. As you are able to place the staff inside of there to keep it open, Minami seizes his moment to get through and makes a quick snap decision of jumping through. He manages to get through before whatever they've been doing to him at this point has kind of weakened him. He does kind of give you a shoulder tackle, but in doing so, he also doesn't hurt himself when he accidentally moves your staff and the doors immediately snap shut.
All right, guy. There you go.
Fuck, man. Thanks.
Why the fuck are you in here?
I took a new gig. Apparently, I'm an anathema now. So,
Say again? You what now? I'm gonna grip my staff just a little bit tighter. Just walk me through this real slow, like, okay?
He kind of looks to you and goes, "Yeah, He raises up his hands and everything. Exalted.
You're a little old for that, pal.
Hey, look.
You know what I'm getting at here, right? You know how this looks?
You think that I'm like demon possessed or something, right?
No, I mean, no, but I also
No, but yeah.
No, but yeah.
Okay, listen. It's not what you think. I'm not like glowing bright like the sun or nothing. It's just, and I ain't got that moon glow to me, and like you can hear from behind you this woman's voice being like, fuck you. And he's just like, hey, I'm talking to you, lady. He just kind of looks back to you and was like, listen, I had a guy come into the restaurant while you were off doing whatever you do. And he asked me, hey, Minami, make me the best food you got. So I did it. I made him the best food that I ever could, because he was paying in straight jade. I figured I could maybe go and get myself a pair of jade knives. Great for cutting into some of them furnace rhinos if I can ever get my hands on them. Right, so I was thinking, this would be great. I get myself a new pair of jade knives. I can cut into some furnace rhinos. We can actually finally figure out how those fuckers taste. Well, he tells me, oh boy, this is the best food that I've had across all the 8 directions. Can't believe that you're just a mortal chef. This is fantastic. This is amazing. And he asked me if I wanted to be even better, and I told him, fuck you, fuck you. I'm the best there is. You couldn't make me any better. And he said, I'll take that as a challenge. And then he disappeared right in front of me and gave me a new name.
Oh yeah? Go on.
Yeah, well, you know how that like you got like people like back on the blessed, like back on the Isle, you got like the Rose Black. You got like the Scarlet Empress, and you got your own little title and everything. So apparently I'm Flavors of the South Star.
That must be a pretty stupid demon if it is a demon. It's a pretty whack name.
Thank you all for taking the time to enjoy our show. If you liked what you heard, why not give us a follow on Twitter for more updates as to when we'll be releasing episodes. You can also give us a like or review on your podcast app of choice. Just a few quick button clicks and you can help us defeat the dreaded algorithm boss. The theme song for this game was Main Theme by Alexander Nakarada, copyright 2019, used under a Creative Commons license. And hey, for making it this far, I saw that cool thing you did, so have some stunt dice.